Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. This is Meredith and I want to wish everyone in the United States a very happy and safe 4th of July weekend. I am here today with a design team share for Marissa at Sweet Pea Curiosities, and I made 3 darling little kind of writing journals. They're mostly just filled with pages and a little bit of ephemera, and I am just thrilled to show you how pretty they turned out. So I hope you'll stick around, and they will be available for sale. If they don't sell over the weekend, I will probably pop them into my Etsy shop, and you can either message me here or you can send me an email. Either way works. But anyway, let's jump right in. So I used primarily the summer garden kit, which is beautiful, and then also some pages from the herbarium kit as well. And they're not huge journals because I just wanted them to be really meant for, maybe just a summer journal or even something you can use in your garden. And I just used a variety of different images on the covers that were, to me, just so beautiful. So let's go ahead and start with this little one. This was kind of my inspiration to start, and I just kind of rolled with it. So anyway, I just have this enclosed with this beautiful crinkle ribbon, and I love the pale yellow, is so pretty. And then this darling little girl on the top, and this is attached. It could be a little tuck spot right here, but I use this to kind of sandwich my binding in between. So that's kind of how I did this little topper, and then just added a little sentiment here, and then I did a little 3-dimensional butterfly and added a little bit of bling, which I thought was super cute. So as we open up, I do have tucks on the pockets on the front and back covers so that you can stuff goodies in. And I just have this darling little girl, so pretty. This is from the herbarium kit. And then this beautiful little journaling card. These are all just on the presentation paper, and I left them blank on the back. And then here is a little offcut from an Edith Holden page. And then this beautiful wallpaper I attached on the back. So that gets tucked in here. And obviously more items could be tucked in as well. And so, like I said, the pages are all fairly unembellished. I did add some age tape and lots of room for writing. I used a few old vintage letters from Roxy Creations as sort of a complement to the beautiful papers that Marissa has, and some vintage French book page. I think this is maybe a ruby and pearl. This is from the Paris and Patina kit, I believe. Or no, this might be the Le Petit. I did throw in a few extras that I had from other kits because they just tied in so well. Some vintage music page and some pretty sturdy coffee dyed watercolor paper in case you want to do any little sketching or painting. This is a document page from J'adore le papier. And then here's a little bit more of the background pages from Roxy Creations. They just blended so nicely, and you can write on them as well. So super pretty pages. This is from the Summer Garden. This is from the herbarium. So pretty. And I have a combination of just plain paper and the linen page, little embossing here. And then the centers all have a piece from Edith Holden. Figure since it's a garden book, we should have lots of flowers and greenery. And then this little flip out can go either way. And I love this. Another little flip out here. And just the backs of all those pages. This is a nice little short page. You could attach something to that and create a larger writing space. This can flip out either direction and add more goodies in there. Lots of nice neutral pages for journaling. And then the back And here I made a little double tuck pocket and popped in this beautiful journaling card and a little, kind of like a little bookmark here. And this beautiful, isn't that just stunning? So gorgeous. And then in the back of each of the journals, I included a writing board. So you can pop it in and do your journaling and not worry about, pushing too hard and going into the other papers or whatever. So just very plain and simple, and kind of a nice thing to accompany. Pop all those in there. So that is journal number 1. And then let's look at this one. I absolutely love this lady on the front. She's just stunning. And I just have this gorgeous bright green crinkle ribbon seam binding. I just love it. And it blended so well with this wallpaper. And added a little snippet of my scrap that I have still going strong. I think I have maybe about 8 more inches of that. Anyway, so I fussy cut her out and then popped her on top of the original journal page. And then this is kind of just a little tiny tuck spot, and then added some more words down on the bottom. And then we have our binding here. All of the binding, I believe, is from Emily at Blue Linen Cottage. So in this one, we have a little lace tuck spot. And I have this beautiful girl. This is from the Herbarium kit, as is this. I just thought those were so pretty. It's kind of a collage page, so it's nice. And then here's just an offcut of one of the ledger pages and the bottom of one of those Herbarium florals, and then this beautiful leafy image. So that all gets tucked in here, and more could go in there as well. And then I used the rosy emboss for the front page of each of the journals. This is from the Herbarium as well. And lots of great journaling pages in here as well. This is a little long. It could be folded in half and made into a tuck spot either way. More of that ledger paper. There's little pockets on these, which is kind of nice if you want to tuck more in as well. I did another little mini emboss on the French book page, and then this is so beautiful. This is, I think, from one of the May or June pages, but just, actually it's June. I can see it right there. Love it. So gorgeous. And this is beautiful textural paper, as is this. So pretty. Another pocket right here. And oops, another nice watercolor page. Here's a little shorter page that can flip out either way, tuck things in. And a little flip out here. All of those tucks and flips can be glued down as well, or turned into pockets, just like this. Could be turned into a little side tuck. And the back. And then here we have this beautiful image, also blank on the back. And then this is the offcut from the center page on this side. So pretty. And then this is the writing board for this one. And I left this is from the Summer Garden kit. And so you could also journal on that as well. So it would go either way. Go this way or the other way. So just love that. Super pretty splash of color. And that brings us to number 3. This is so pretty. I just love this. I added this very sheer kind of blush colored, I don't even know what you call it, chiffon or netting. It's super fine. As you can kind of see a little bit up here that I didn't fully glue down. Anyway, I just thought that made the picture just so soft and beautiful. And this is not a tuck spot because I wanted to sandwich this in. You could pop something in here, but probably not much would fit. And then this was the binding for this one. So I did kind of a triple layer on the front, and then the back is just a single layer to match this. And then I have this beautiful sort of peachy, creamy crinkle ribbon, and I did decide to do eyelets on the front and back instead of wrapping around, because I didn't want to cover up her beautiful face. Alrighty, so opening here, we have another pocket. I just did a little collaging on this and added some pretty lace on the bottom. This is from Gisela at Lavish Laces. And then we have this gorgeous girl, and nice and blank here, and this beautiful journaling card. And then we have another Edith Holden little offcut. And I popped in some just writing paper, so you can add that anywhere. And then I made a little just kind of snippet bookmark kind of thing to add in there. This is a little fragile because it's just on the linen paper. But anyway, all of that gets tucked in here. And we have another embossed page. And this is so beautiful. This is from the Herbarium kit. So there's so many amazing images in there. And this is Ruby and Pearl Basics page. More of that French book page, more of that beautiful wallpaper. And this is from the Le Petit kit, I believe. This is beautiful wallpaper from the Summer Garden. Some more of that vintage music page and watercolor paper. Here's another spot for a tuck spot or a little pocket. I just love all the different colors, how they blended so nicely together. And there's that embossed page. Here I used this almost full sheet to have just a really nice big extra place for writing. And that brings us to the center. This one did not cooperate tearing out of the book, and I was lazy and did not undo the, you know, how it attaches to the page behind it or whatever. Anyway, I kind of like it sort of scrappy like that. And got the daisy on there and the U. And then this is the back of that little trifold. More vintage page. This I just folded over because it was a little too long, but you could certainly flip it out and add some fabric or just a good journaling spot there. How gorgeous is that? So pretty. More age tape, another little pocket for extra things. Watercolor paper, another little short page you could extend with something else. And this is a little flip out, not that long, so it could be flipped out. And same here, this can be opened up and tuck things in. And the back page. And then here we have our writing board. It's beautiful. And the rest of that gorgeous kind of watercolor stained writing paper. So that tucks in the back, and then I put this beautiful swan in the front tuck right here. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed my share today, and I love being able to use such an incredible variety of digitals from all these creators, and Marissa has so many beautiful choices in her Etsy shop, and she also sells books on Amazon of pre-printed digital, so do check that out. Her link is below. And once again, everyone, enjoy your 4th of July weekend and be safe, and God bless America. See you guys soon. Bye.